And now for the Rude Boys rant.
On the vibe. Oh, we pon the vibe again and thing. We pon the vibe again and thing. You know, and I even got.
He's taking notes over here.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and thing. But I got some notes here, you know, and I was thinking about this and stuff, and what can we do? And this one is called The Same People. But before we get into that, what go on with your thing?
Nothing. Just back at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just making more of those softball record-breaking videos and things like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, because we broke a lot of team records last year. A lot. Individual, player. Took a lot of those
somebody's pondering on there already, you know what I mean? For those on the podcast, this is a radio show and
Yes.
we're live on Facebook.
Yep.
So, you know, just if you want to see us live on Facebook, you know, just go to the Rude Boys.
The Rude Boys, all one word.
Yes, you know what I mean? And thing.
Makes
and
it easier that way.
you can cite up the, you know, the good looks and thing, you know what I mean? But, yeah. As for me, man, it's just work, man.
Yep.
Just work.
Yeah.
Let me. Anything exciting happen? Yeah. Before we get to that, so I work with this kid. Okay. And this kid, poor kid. They were joking with this kid, and they told this kid that, you know, the Chinese restaurants around here, they serve cat and dog. You know, So this kid accosted the first a Chinese person he see and asked him if they eat dog and cat. I was like, dude, you don't do that. What is wrong with you?
That sounds like something like a little kid would do, you know?
He's 18.
No, I'm saying a little kid. Like a 4 and 5 year old.
You know, boy, what's wrong with you? You don't do that. You know, that's the, you know, that's my West Indian mother. Boy, what's wrong with you? You gonna get plenty of licks, you know.
I mean, that does sound like something a little kid would say.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know, man. It might be things that a little kid might say, or it might just be culture, because I've had people ask me questions that's just, you know, out of this world. You know, like I had a lady ask me a question the other day. I can't even repeat it all. I just can't repeat it, you know what I mean? And you know who you are asking me that type of question? You know what I mean?
Not gonna touch that one.
No, she not either.
See, I can't back away like that. I'm stuck here in the corner. I got the board over here. I got this. I can't back away like that. It's not fair.
No. I want to do my tumble on you.
Not in my house.
You know what I mean? Get that out of here.
I loved Matumbo, man.
I know.
It was so much fun. And then that commercial was just hysterical. Kid trying to throw the box of cereal into the cart, and he's pow!
Not my house. Something like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Terminator. Yeah, my people are taking, you know what I mean? I hope you guys are staying cool through this weather. Woo, boy.
You know what? There's actually a former football player that living in Arkansas that died.
32 years old.
Yeah, heat stroke.
Former Giants defensive player.
No, offensive line. I think he played with a couple other teams too. He was with them with one of those 2 Super Bowls that they beat the Patriots in.
Oh, okay.
So, but man, yeah, they I guess family business or something, working outside, and was out there for a while, and just man.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, I'm from the equator. I could handle it. I pace myself though, because I'm from an area where I know from heart, you have to pace yourself, when you're doing outside work, because I used to be toiling in that garden, boy.
Well, here in America, they don't want you to pace yourself, man. It's all about work.
No, I pace myself at work, but if I'm outside in the hot sun, it's like, I'm getting old. I'm trying to die of old age. I ain't trying to die because of some, just because I'm out there toiling, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but, and you always have a bucket of water there, just, when you're outside working, you know what I mean? But, condolences to that family, man. That's crazy. I know a lot of people have died because of that heat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like people sometimes think this is something new, but every summer we'll get a patch of a few days that just get extremely outrageously hot.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, come on, you've been through this before. Drink water, stay inside. Don't do some of the, I don't know.
I mean, this is gonna be like
I've dealt with
this is gonna be like a really bad, dark joke, but think about it. Africans are used to the sun. Global warming. They're used to the heat. They're gonna be like crocodiles and alligators. It'll be the only thing left.
Maybe us white people are just gonna get fried.
Melted vanilla. You see, I can tell you.
Go back where you're from. It's colder there.
Listen. Like Africans tell us, people of color who come here, all of the throwaway. You can't come back. Maybe Europeans are going to tell you all the same thing. You can't come back here. We can't go back to Africa. You all can't go back to Europe. So you better start getting along, don't you think? You see, you like the segue there, huh? Yeah. So we ain't got nowhere to go.
You kidding me? Yeah, I mean, if suddenly a bunch of us want to start flooding back to other countries and all that, then man, they're going to start wanting to close off their borders.
Yeah, no refugees here.
Way too many Americans. You got to go back.
Yeah, take your Lord Harley Davidsons and your massive SUVs. And your Taco Bells.
You can't. We've already got McDonald's over there.
Yeah, but it's but they don't have it like they have it here. Back there they call a Big Mac a Mac Royale. You know what I mean? They don't call it. You know what I mean? They don't say I'm going to Mickey D's. They actually say McDonald's.
People still say McDonald's here. I don't know, a guy I worked with, Augie. He just from the commercials that were I'm loving it. He used to just say, we're going to I'm loving it. I need my I'm loving it. And that was his way of saying we're going to McDonald's. So, for those of you listening on the radio, Dirty Immigrants over here staring at the computer screen.
Riffle, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's listening.
All right.
Hey, Miss Hall.
Well, he's watching.
Yeah, he's watching.
Yeah. Anyway, your notebook. You've got notes. That's why I asked, what are we doing tonight? Because you never come in carrying a notebook, and I saw you carrying a notebook.
Well, I'm getting old, so I got to write some stuff down.
You just ripped that right out of there.
Yeah.
Hey, look at what you're doing, man.
Yeah, that's why they have janitors, man.
The same people who say this.
Yeah, it's the same people literally.
Exactly.
Okay. So we're going to call this the same people. And we're going to just say something. And y'all watching, write something about it. Or are we going to expunge on it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the same people that say stay in your country.
I don't know if lesson learned from filming you the other night. I don't know if you may want to aim yourself just a little bit more towards the computer too. So
apparently, my side view is not my best view.
Well, no, it's
I know, I'm teasing.
The sound out of the side of your mouth doesn't quite make it to a microphone.
Anyway, yeah, the same people that say stay in your country, make it better, is the same people that say bomb them whenever we have a revolution to make it better.
Well, okay. For instance, with that, I know I've talked about this on this show before, but when in years past in journalism classes that I had here, I remember an argument one time about how we needed to stop, other countries from having nuclear arms, but they were also the same people who said, man, we just need to bomb Afghanistan back to the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the other countries have bombs, because we got people like you sitting there going, man, we should just hit the buttons and just bomb them.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So you're trying to say, oh, nobody should have nuclear this and that, but yet you're the same one who says, we should just bomb them back to the Stone Age.
Russia does the same thing too. Take care of yourself. Whoa! That's not the way we tell you to do it now.
Yeah.
We're going to have to, they do that.
Sound like a parent to a child, right?
Exactly, they do it.
That's not how I told you to do that.
When the Soviet Union split up, and you have the Chechnya, and there's Basistan and Tatarstan or whatever, they have all those different countries. Yeah, we broke up, and you got to do your own thing, but your own thing has got to fall in line with what we want you to do. So, if you don't do it, we're going to come back and we're going to send some troops in there to make you do it the way we do it. But you know what? Stay there and build yourself, and we're going to come there and bomb you some more to make you do it the way we think you should do it.
Well, we did it to Native American tribes. Yeah, sure, you can live on your own land, but you got to do it the way we say you do it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to convert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Completely take your culture. Yes, you can keep your land until we find something really good on there that we want.
And in order to keep your cultures going, we're going to name more sports teams after you. Okay. I'll be honest with you, you know what I mean? If they could have gotten away with it, we would have teams like, the Mississippi Negroes and stuff like that.
Well, we did with the Negro baseball league,
but at least there was black people in there. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. Yeah.
At least they were Negroes. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? But then again, I don't think
Could
back
you imagine
then
a hockey team being named that? Because it's going to be nothing but a bunch of white people on that squad.
But then nobody would want to be called that if they, you know what I mean? No, don't call me that. But you see stuff like the Chiefs and all of that. That's kind of exotic to them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? No, Negro is not exotic to them. You know what I mean? Even
you keep rolling your R's there, and you might make it get there.
But you see, it's a Spanish word, so you got to roll the R's.
See, you're trying to make it exotic, is what you're doing.
Well, if the rappers could make that other word exotic, hey.
Point taken.
Touche.
Yes. Touche.
Okay, so here's another one.
Point 2.
The same men, let me get this here. The same men that say they want a good church girl is the same men that want that church girl to act like a stripper. So they could go to church and they could do that praise me dance as long as they break into a twerk. Everything is good.
Hey, there's that church that's right next to, Lady Godiva's down Route 60 that way. So you can go get your freak on and then go repent. Or maybe possibly even take your wife that you met in Lady Godiva's and go to church right afterwards.
I mean? Yeah, honey, you could keep your job as long as you repent every Sunday. One day she might have a flashback and go up on the pulpit and start talking. But it's the truth, because guys want that nice little church girl. Ooh. And of course, if they're really, really into the church, the woman have to cook and clean and
what is it
home.
that you end up hearing in a lot of rap songs? Actually, they say they want a woman who's a lady in the streets, but a freak behind closed doors.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean. Yeah, a church girl in church.
Well, a church girl.
And there's a stripper pole in the bedroom at home.
Yes.
Making it rain and thing.
You're gonna get us turned off.
Maybe to make it even better, he's gonna make it rain them little Gideon Bibles. Next.
You stay around campus long enough, you can make a collection of those things. And those
I
guys
do.
come
I
out
did
and-
have a collection of those. You know? Okay. The same people that says all lives matter is the same people that says shoot them, filthy animals. That's the absolute truth.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And listen, a lot of these things that I'm saying here, I'm not just generalizing. I've actually heard this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I'm around some strange people too.
That you are. That you are.
You know what I mean? You know. How could you be lives matter? And even if somebody
and not
steals
just
something,
all
lives matter.
Yeah.
But if somebody steals something, regardless of what race they have, they steal something, their life don't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes people would steal because they're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of feeding them, you want to, I would shoot that, I would, or if that was me, and
Yeah.
but all lives matter. You see, even the thieves' lives matter to me because isn't when Jesus was on the cross, didn't he tell them that?
He was up there with two criminals.
Yeah. And told them their lives matter.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. What's another one I got here?
And you got 2 pages of them, so take your pick.
Okay. This is something I've noticed too. The same people who fight for black rights is the same people who drowned out black people when they try to talk. You've been cooked on that with me. So you see, and that's a certain group of people too, you know what I mean? I don't just want to hit one group of people and leave all the others. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? But wait, let me tell you. No, I know, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And thing, you know?
That's what I said. Oh, isn't it great when white people tell you how to be black? Yeah. I know we went through this last time, but yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey.
I had somebody try to teach me how to speak black one time. A dude from Milton.
White dude from Milton?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know, because I say what up.
Yeah.
He says no, it's wise up, and I was like, dude, I don't talk like that. You don't talk
I
like
was gonna say,
that.
how long ago was this? Because man, nobody's been saying it like that since like 2003.
Well, nah, this was a long time ago. I was
Okay.
working at the toy store. You know what I mean? And I was like, what up, brother? You
Well,
know,
but
he's
then
like-
again, white guy from Milton, yeah, he's probably about 10 years back.
yeah, he tried to correct my my speaking or my
Well,
language.
I forget which one of us took the phone call when they said that they didn't like the way you were saying Tupac, that you were
I
saying
did.
it wrong. You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they sound like a white person on the
No.
phone? Oh, okay.
Nah,
I was gonna say.
nah. It was a sister.
Yeah, and you said, I'm sorry, I have an accent.
Sister. Wasn't it a TV show?
That was a TV show. I used to watch it.
Huh?
I used to watch it.
I probably watched it a couple of times because they had a little genius brother, didn't they? Tamara and Tamisha was the girls in it.
I don't think Tamisha was one of them.
I don't know, man. I know one was Tamara. A one is a one. That's what my mom used to say.
They were twins.
Yeah. Actually, they were one of them was on Fox here recently.
I don't know.
It was about a couple of years ago. Poor kid. Anyway.
Well.
Here's a good one. Same people who say freedom of speech is the same people who get offended if you say they're a racist. So
Yeah. It's my freedom to say that, but yeah, don't call me a racist. Even though what I said is definitely, because one of obviously what we've been seeing a lot of lately is that whole go back to where you came from thing, and a comment I saw in one of them was obviously somebody who's clearly conservative and clearly a Trump supporter, because they were saying, oh, but it's the liberals' fault that this all became a racial thing. They're the ones who brought out the race card. I'm sorry, but when you go after everybody who doesn't look like you, what is that?
yeah.
What is that?
Where am I going to go back to? There's no such place named Lilliput. You know what I mean? Gulliver ain't going to be on an island with the little people. I ain't going to know where to go.
He brought out Gulliver's Travels.
You know, a lot of young people going, huh? What's that?
Google this.
But
Man, we don't have any kids watching this.
well, no, but I mean, I'm not a kid. I know that. I remember that story. You know.
You know what you said? Young people don't know us. I mean, we don't have any kids.
Well,
listening
young
to
people
us.
in their 20s and stuff.
Yeah.
They watch us.
That's right. Millennials. If it didn't happen 5 minutes ago, it's too old for them.
Yeah. If it's past the 90s, like I talked to a millennial one time and he said, man, if it's not in the 90s, if it's past the 90s, I don't know it.
Oh, he goes back further than most of them do. You kidding me? Most millennials, if it happened before 2005, that's ancient, dude. The heck you talking about that for? Ugh. Oh yeah. If a millennial actually went back to the 90s, man, they are expanding.
So my thing now is whenever a millennial try to tell me about history, I was like, shut up, it's past the 90s. I ain't even trying to hear it. You don't know nothing past the 90s.
You don't know nothing past 2000s.
Let me see what we got here. Okay, check this out. Okay,
I
same.
was gonna say, is there more to this?
Same people who point out, you know, I have black, white, immigrant friends, you know,
Yeah.
all that group, is the same people who talk political trash behind each other's back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, they come to me, oh, don't go anywhere. Damn immigrant. or I might say something and go, well, you can't say that, you're an immigrant. You know what I mean? And thing. And they don't have to say it because you know me. I could read people.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Well,
it's
a
like,
lot of times you can tell just by the face reaction.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And all races do it too. You know what I mean. I
Yeah.
remember there was a dude in here, right? And he had a show. I ain't gonna say whole name or nothing like that. And I walk in here and let's just say he's of color. Well, that doesn't explain anything because that politician in Alabama said he's of color, he's white. Did you see that?
No.
Some politician was like, I am a man of color, I am white. He ain't wrong.
Anyway, you were talking about the guy who had a show here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was some Caucasian kids in here, and he's like, you know, all friendly to them.
Yeah.
And then they walk out, and he looked at me, and he said, little did they know Jesus is black. I mean, the scent was still lingering in here. And he told them,
Scent was still lingering.
you know what I mean? The perfume was still lingering in here, and he turned his back on them right there. Boom!
We knew somebody whose scent lingered long before they got into the room, and unfortunately long after they left.
Yeah, so, you know,
Ugh.
people do that to each other. I mean, you know, it's just crazy how... And they use the, you know, like, okay, like I've heard like black people say, well, you know, I got white friends, so, you know, I don't hate white people.
Wasn't it a black person who told you that I was going to be the one to stab you in the back
Yeah,
eventually because
yeah.
I'm white?
Yeah. Yeah, one of those people that preach and say that they're not African.
Ah, yes. Okay. Bless you.
Excuse me. And this was a brother too. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not African. They eat crap. So he said, I was like, well, you know, you eat McDonald's, don't you? Luckily, we don't have sponsors. Okay, here's another one. The same women that say, I want a nice guy. It's the same women that did the alpha male bad boys.
Yeah.
You understand
And
what I'm
we
saying?
unfortunately have plenty of experience in that. Where they come cry to us and say, why can't I find a nice guy like you? And it's like, well, I'm sitting right here. What do you mean a nice guy like me? I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, you know.
You know.
And
then
we
what's-
good looking.
Yeah, and what's the next moron they go date?
Yeah, an ugly alpha male.
You
Leave
know?
the good looking guys and go for them.
Treats them like dirt.
What's up, Mads? How you doing? Maddie Johnson is on there. Oh, Madison Johnson. Yeah,
So,
a little buddy of mine.
Yeah, I've definitely heard a lot of, why can't I find a nice guy? And then they date jerk after jerk after jerk after jerk. And look, I know some of you out there probably going, oh, you're just jealous. Look, when we both have to hear about what kind of a jerk this dude is, hey, we're just calling it like it is. That's not me being jealous. I'm being told what a jerk this dude is. Yeah. And I gotta listen to it every time.
But I usually these days be a joke about it and start laughing.
I put a stop to it one day, because I used to hear about it from the softball players, when they talk about what kind of jerks they were dating, and finally one day I just said, look, I don't want to hear this anymore. You all continue to date the same type of insert your own colorful metaphor there, folks, and nothing changes. It's like, I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm like, do not come to me anymore talking about these morons that you all continue to date and then wonder why. Like, just stop. I don't want to hear it anymore. And I tell you,
I saw a post
cut off. It was fantastic, actually.
I saw a post on my Facebook page one day where they were talking about all these guys talking about the nice guys and stuff, and blah, 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 you know what I mean? And how we don't want nice guys. Well, they probably just need to step up their looks and step up the game and step this up and step that up.
I'm not getting plastic surgery for you, honey.
You know what I'm saying? I like my spread out nose.
If you're that shallow with it, you can keep walking.
And that's why I end up with the shallow dude.
Exactly. I remember one girl I heard one day say that she said if a guy's socks aren't right, she won't even talk to him. I was like, whoa. If his socks don't look right, won't even talk to him.
Wow.
Shallow.
Yeah.
Have fun with your
idiots. You know
what
I mean? You see, I could be shallow because, I'm 7 feet tall. I ain't going drunk, but you going drunk. You're shallow, sir.
Have fun with that crap.
But
good grief.
I know. And it's like deflecting, But there's something wrong with you all, you know what I mean? That's why we ain't interested. No, there's something wrong with you all if you go to the guy that's going to treat you like blah.
Somebody wrote a big old paragraph on there.
Who'll be that?
Amy Jo Hayton.
Oh, Amy Jo Houghton.
Is that Houghton? That looks like Hayton. Okay, whatever. It cracks me up because I've witnessed this happen to you. Personally, I could never find a nice guy either, but I didn't date losers. Only had 4 boyfriends my whole life and still friends with them all. Now, that's another rare one, is when someone does stay friends with their exes. And I will say that's rare because I have not. I have not.
Hey, Amy, how you doing, my sister?
There is one ex that I am friends with on Facebook. That is about it.
Yeah,
she's the only one.
I've only had one ex, so I kept it simple.
Okay, but hang on, though. Usually, though, I feel like people might stay friends more often with, he just left the room. Man, just poof, gone. I feel like somebody would be more likely to maybe stay friends with an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend than like you staying friends with your ex-wife, because normally when somebody hears there's a divorce, that typically means you all hate each other, and that's why I feel
maybe subconsciously.
But I feel like that's why people are more
she ain't
shocked.
Listening.
That's why I feel like people are more shocked when they find out you're friends with your ex-wife than somebody's friends with their ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because typically divorce means.
Yeah. It's hard to stay friends with people when you go that far. But then if you were friends to begin with, maybe you weren't friends during the relationship, really. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that the friendship just fades, Well,
I mean, we've definitely known people who have had relationships based on just looks, and that was it.
Yeah,
and boy, when it crashed and burned, it like an inferno.
See, the thing about it is, like, Life is too short to know people and then have them people gone and you don't talk to them anymore. You know what I'm
She
saying?
did say one of the four is an ex-husband. Okay.
All
There
right.
we go. There we go.
Amy's cool people, you know, but it's easy to do to stay friends. The problem with staying friends is jealous other people.
Yeah.
Like you start
Oh,
dating
man.
somebody and then that girl is jealous that you're still friends
Another
with the
one
other
I've heard
person.
of, and I hate it.
Yeah, litmus
When
test for me.
People coming to me and like, how can I make them feel this bad? I'm like, man, just let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go. I remember at one point a couple who was here at the radio station, a couple that was dating, who did nothing but pine about who their exes were dating. I'm like, daggone. I'd hate to hear your all's conversations when the two of you are just sitting together.
I don't care who if I had several exes, I wouldn't care who they dated.
Oh man!
As long as
these
they're
two-
happy.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was
Yeah.
miserable.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Miserable.
Well, but look at how they treat the people they know. They see them and then they walk by without saying anything and hang their head.
One of them did not. One of them did not.
Yeah.
But that totally blew me away because I'd be sitting with one of them, and they'd be talking about, oh man, my ex-girlfriend, now she's going out with this guy. I'm like, man, let it go. You're dating this girl now.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting with the girl, and she's going, oh man, my ex-boyfriend's dating this girl. Let it go.
Yeah.
Man. It's like, you're dating him now. Let it go.
Yeah.
God.
You know what I mean?
I remember
on.
I remember telling somebody one time when they were trying to figure out, man, how can I get back at her? It's like, man, show you don't care anymore.
Yeah.
She's clearly bringing around all of these dudes to try and make you get jealous because she can see that it's working. Show you don't care.
Yeah, but you see, here's the best way to do it. Show you care about her as a friend.
Well, but I'm sorry, but when somebody's deliberately trying to make you jealous by bringing people around, when you just flat out don't care, man, that drives them nuts.
Yeah, but you see, here's the thing. You don't care that they're bringing people around. Don't be jealous. Just
Oh
so
no,
that you
you
care.
just don't care.
You know? I'm telling you, man, it works to go, hey, girl, you're happy. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, be the cheerleader. Let me do some backflips.
Big leg kicks over here, man. Watch
Do
out.
some backflips
He
and
might,
things.
he might take out the computer there.
I guarantee you she won't stop trying to make you jealous if you do. You say, you got a boyfriend? Flip, 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 flip. Some backflips. You know what I mean? Ha!
Well, actually, one ex of mine, after she, I'd gone back to Virginia, and she said, okay, we need to talk. So, go to the park. We talk for a while. She ends up starting several fights. And then by the end of the fights, finally she goes, well, for the last month and a half, I've been dating this guy. And I'm like, okay, so it's like, so you've been dating somebody for a month and a half, and you bring me here so we can fight? What the hell was this about?
Yeah.
And she said, what, are you mad that I'm dating him? I said, no, congratulations, thank you.
You know what I mean?
I'm leaving now.
Yeah,
I was like,
you know?
I'm
Let's
getting
break
him-
out the champagne.
I was like, I'm getting in my car and going. Congratulations, have fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
So here's another one I have here. The same people who claim to be atheists is the same people to scream, God help me, when in danger.
That is one I have not experienced. Wow.
Oh yeah, I had people that claim to be communists and there's no God when the bombs drop. God help me.
Now we know what you really believe.
He came out of the closet real quick.
Came out of the religious closet.
The atheist closet. I'm me, and I want the world to know it. Help me. I'm being bombed.
Oh, man.
It's the truth, though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I even when I was home, I heard the Russians say, "Oh Lord." I mean, even in places where there's no real religion, like in Japan, there's no real religion. I've heard Japanese people say, "Lord help me." They don't, I mean, I've heard Utah say, "Good Lord."
probably got taught that by the Americans who wanted him to cuss all the time.
But it's the truth though. You know what I mean? They get into danger thing. You know, they don't believe until well, I might just die. So let me put in a good word for myself.
Try to throw this in real fast.
Okay, and the last one.
God, I was just playing, right? You really do exist.
Okay, the last one that I have. The people who are always posting religious stuff on Facebook is the same people doing the walk of shame on Sunday morning right before they go to church.
Well, like I said, we got that strip club right by the church over there. They're probably walking out of there and then go back and sit down.
You know what I mean? Do you know how many times I walk by the frat house and see the walk of shame there, and then later on the walk of glorification going into church?
And it's the walk of shame of both women and men.
You know what I mean?
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Walk of shame right into. Oh yeah.
See,
definitely.
I kind of have a story about that. I remember one morning that when I was smoking cigarettes, I went out to buy some cigarettes, walking down the alley, and two girls came out of the frat house, and they had their shoes, they had their like high heel shoes in their hands, and they sort of daintily walking down because it's the alley, you know what I mean? And that was a while back, and I'm walking about 2 blocks behind them. All of a sudden they turn around and they see me because it was like 6 a.m.
Okay.
They turn around and they see me and they took off running and screaming. I was like, really? You just came out of the frat house. What do you do?
Spend a night with them frat boys.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'm not. No.
Man, I'm telling you, I get the same thing. I'm walking down the street and I'll see a girl smile at a guy that is probably one who's like, oh, let me drop a little something in their drink, But then they see me and the eyes go whoop, completely different direction. Oh, let me look at my phone real quick. I'm like, like you gonna smile at that one that I'm sorry, I feel like would be the one that would be more likely to take advantage of you, but you're gonna completely avoid eye contact with me.
Yeah. See, I can't stop the eye contact when I'm walking home from work because, the ladies of the night is always looking and smiling.
Well, yeah, because you're unconquered territory.
Yeah. Just consider me the moon because there'll be no landing.
Oh, man.
I consider me Area 51 because you ain't storming me. What do you think of the whole thing there?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? You don't know about
that? I know what Area 51
well,
is.
Well, apparently some kid put up a meme about storming Area 51, and it took a life of its own, and people were planning to storm Area 51.
Trendy crap.
And then the Air Force says, we'll be prepared for you. Come on, bring it. You know what would be funny?
I don't pay attention to trendy stuff.
Well, it's not so much. It's not so much trendy stuff, but it's just people pick up on this stuff and they just run with it.
It's trendy stuff.
And the thing about it is, it would be funny if there's like nothing at Area 51. They just have it there for people to think there's something.
They just have planes at a hangar, basically.
Yeah.
Somebody finally shows up and was like, "Is this it?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Where's the elevator that goes, 500 feet below the ground?"
Yeah.
Oh, we got an elevator that goes up to the watchtower. That's
you know what I'm saying? That thing. And we have a warehouse of Cuban cigars.
So we basically just come out here, smoke a stogie, fly the jets every once in a while, go up to the watchtower and go, wow, this is a lot of territory.
You know what I mean?
And then we go home.
That's why we did within the ranks. That way, they don't tell anybody anything either.
This is my wife, Lieutenant.
You know what I mean? You better keep that secret, Lieutenant. Being served by little green men and
Oh, man.
It wouldn't be Men in Black then. It would be Men in Green or something.
Be something in green.
Finally, we're not into something that could be bad. We don't
okay. Since people who love to obviously say, get away from me, love money, so essentially they love green.
Yeah.
So if green aliens showed up, would they love them? Because it's like, man, I can't hate you. You're the color of money.
Nah, they'll hate them because there'll be competition.
That is true.
Imagine a green dude come down here and he's buffed.
Well, obviously they're going to be smart too because they flew something here and we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't fly something to them.
And they might be more. They always talk about the Latin lover. You have the Martian lover to compete with. Dude, man, we better join the monastery.
Somebody told me I better become a priest anyway because I was too picky. And then I told her, I said, look, just because you weren't picky enough on your first husband, she didn't talk to me for 2 weeks. Boy, she was mad.
Yeah, I like it when people talk about you too picky and you go, well, man, I've seen your relationships. Don't tell me I'm too picky. You know what I mean? You better step
I feel
aside.
Like I can say you're too picky because of the reasons you've told me, but
well, yeah, I tell you the funny reasons. The real reasons is probably because they drank too much. or they talk too much. You know what I mean? I man can't do that.
You don't think they would change though with you?
No.
They meet the nice guy and they finally go, you know what? I can stop acting like an idiot.
No. They're gonna stop acting like an idiot when they're with me. Oh, cup of tea. Oh, and then the minute I go to bed, they climb out the window and they're like, yeah. Oh, no. All right, let's stay single. I'm quite happy. You know what I'm saying?
Be funny, they start to climb out and say, hey, there's actually a ladder here, and then the next day you're just like, I'm dusting it for fingerprints because I know you climbed out here. By the way, I already changed the locks. Go on. It depends on what kind of house it is. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna change the locks. I'm gonna just leave them with the mortgage. Hey, Rudy's tuning in. What's up, Rudy?
Rudiger. Well, go on, brother. I don't know where Rudy is these days. Rudy's a traveling man. Washington, D.C., New York, blah, 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 blah. Rudy's just everywhere.
Hey, man. Good for you.
Rudy's a rolling stone.
I mean, I get to do a lot of traveling, but it's for work. Places like this. We went to Orlando. Fun. Yeah, we went there and played games and left.
Yeah.
I don't care. I get out of Huntington.
Yeah, man. Let's talk a little bit about how, like we talked about a little bit one time, about how off-base people are when they see a post on Facebook. Like, the post will say one thing, and they will say something else in the comment section that have nothing to do with it. Like, the other day, I saw something where they were talking...
like, figuring out a way just to basically knock something, whatever. Just I got a poo-poo on this somehow.
Yeah, I saw a post about a Muslim cleric that saved a bunch of Westerners, like 226 of them, somewhere in Africa. I think it was Nigeria, or if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but he did save a whole bunch of them. And I'm reading the comment section, you know what I mean? And some people are like, Allah be with him and stuff. Some of the good Muslims. According to them. You know what I mean? And then somebody out of the blue just comes and says, yeah, but did somebody tell him about Nelson Mandela bombing schools and killing people and doing all of that? And I was like, where did this come from?
Yeah, I know.
We went from a cleric that's not even in South Africa. Mm-hmm. To Nelson Mandela being an evil dude.
But you know what I keep telling you, man, is you expect too much from Americans in geography. They probably just hear Africa, and it's the same place, right?
Yeah. Because when I say Grenada, they think that's just, the same place as Jamaica.
It's Jamaica, right? You sound like you're Jamaican, so it's Jamaica. I don't care what you want to call it. It's Jamaica.
Yeah, that's how people describe me. The one that sings Jamaican. I was like, I don't sing Jamaican.
You listen to some of this reggae we play. He doesn't quite talk. He can do it a little bit, but he's got to. You got to intentionally do it.
Yeah, I got to think before I do it.
Got to think before you speak Jamaican. So I wouldn't be surprised if to them it's, I heard Africa, South Africa. Yeah, it's the same place.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And
I tell you, you expect way too much out of Americans in geography. With the fact that that people across this country don't even know that this state that we are in right now, West Virginia, exists. It's one of your own states. They don't know it exists. Come on.
People say, where you from? I say, Grenada. They go, Where's that?
Well, I didn't know where Grenada was until I met you. But then again, when I went through, school and everything, we never took any geography tests on the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, it was mainly knowing the U.S. really, knowing our 50 states, which not a lot of people I went to school with passed that part. Let me tell you. When you've got a girl in a geography B in 8th grade is asked, "What is the capital of Virginia?" and she says, "Nebraska." What is the capital of Virginia, the state we were living in?
There was something else I wanted to talk about too, and it's totally slipped my mind. Totally slipped my mind, but maybe that's a good thing. But yeah, I don't understand. It's like people can't stay on point when there's like a
okay.
debate going on.
Well, at least going back to what you were saying about trying to find a way to poo-poo on everything. Earlier this week, Grant Traylor, who works at the Herald-Dispatch, tweeted out, I hadn't seen it yet, but tweeted out that Morgan Zirkle, former softball player from here at Marshall, former great, who one day is going to end up in the Marshall Athletics Hall of Fame. But anyway, she signed on to be an assistant coach at Miami University, Miami of Ohio, right? So one dude who's here in town, I think he's a lawyer, but I know he's a big Marshall fan. He comments on it with saying, "Good for her. I still hate Miami." Just don't say anything, man.
Yeah.
Why can't you just say, "Oh, good for her"?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Man, shut up. We're not even in the same conference anymore, man. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
And it's the people that were, like you put up something like a child did a good deed.
Yeah.
And the comment is like, I bet Trump didn't have anything to do with it. No, he didn't. Of course he didn't.
What does that matter?
Or I bet Obama or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know Obama didn't have nothing to do with that child doing anything.
What does it matter? I don't understand that.
It's not even political.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's not even political. And next thing they start arguing politics.
Yeah.
And the fact that the child did something good
and usually
academically,
calling each other some horrific names.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that child is going, "Oh, I made the news."
Whoa.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Mom and Dad, please start deleting the comment section.
Yes.
Wow. There are a lot of fans that I have noticed on like Twitter and stuff like that who are upset that a website like NFL.com completely got rid of their comments section. Oh, they just don't want to hear the truth. They got tired of your crap. I got tired of seeing comments. Okay, we read a story about so-and-so got signed to this team, and it just became this literal rip party of people just trying to tear each other to shreds over, well, you're a fan of that team, and you're a fan of that team. Well, you must be a fan of this politician. You must be a fan of this politician. And, man, if I worked at NFL.com, I'd be sitting there going, can we just get rid of this?
Yeah.
Can we just take this off?
Yeah.
This is not serving a purpose.
See, here's the thing, people, okay? Obviously, there's something going on with the weather.
Yeah.
Because stuff is happening that's not, or the climate, I should say. Not the weather, the climate. I mean, there's something strange going on here when things that haven't happened in hundreds of years is happening. Like 5 feet or 5 feet deep hailstorm in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Well, I saw a video of
Mexico.
one. I saw a video of one too that hit off the coast of Italy. I mean, they were the size of oranges.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And it's video of them plunking into the sea right there.
Oh yeah.
And they said obviously it caused damage. Luckily, I think it said just a couple people got hurt. I don't think it said anybody got killed. But my whole thing with, at least with climate change, is we obviously have evidence that the Earth has kind of done it itself over time. It's man's total. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think
Disrespect of nature.
Well, no, not that. It's man's arrogance, I guess, if you want to call it that, to think that we are the ones who are making all of the change, and at the same time, we are the ones who can stop it. Because you know what? Now look, I'm not going to disagree that probably all of these things that we keep burning off are causing problems. But if the Earth is also itself just kind of going through a heat up, we can't stop that. You know?
Well, here's the thing,
if
though.
the Earth is just doing its... Now, we might be able to kind of slow down our own impact, but if the Earth is already doing this, we can't stop it.
You see, that's the thing.
But that's the thing, though, man, with unfortunately, with our intelligence, we think that we're above everything else. We think we're smarter than the planet.
But you see, that's the thing. I don't think scientists think we could stop it. I think they're thinking we could slow it down because
the severe leftist greeny liberals think that we can totally stop it.
I've never heard them say that.
Oh, I have, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And if so, they're not leftists, they're stupid. I mean, I'm serious because, like...
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's man's arrogance to think that we can totally control it all.
And that's probably just a few of them because most of them are talking that I read, the articles are talking about slowing it down by planting more trees and stuff like that because what we have done has sped it up. We didn't cause it, we just sped it up.
But that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
What I mean?
We have people who are thinking that man has totally made the change.
Yeah.
And that man can totally stop it.
Those are idiots. I hate to say that, and I don't see that very often. But the thing I'm saying about that, though, is...
It's mankind's arrogance to think that we're smarter than the planet.
Yeah. What I'm saying about that, though, is all this strange thing is happening, like in California. Things are like the mussels, I guess they call it, that's in the shells and stuff on the beach are cooking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100-degree weather in Alaska and stuff like that.
Fans would love
you know what I mean? Where I'm going with this is, if we don't start thinking of looking out for each other now, it's going to be really bad.
Well, instead
when Mother Nature decides, I'm just going to go, you know what I mean? It's going to be really, really bad. We're going to have people like jacking up the price of water because we won't have clean water anymore. We're going to have people jacking up the price of this. We're going to have people taking over whole towns since everybody's got guns.
If you want to think about it, the price of water is already getting jacked up.
Oh, yeah.
At my apartment, I remember several years ago, before they decided to split off the bill between water and your sewage, my total bill with the two was only about $34 a month.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm paying about $34 a month for the water and $22 a month for the sewage. So the price of water is already going up.
Hey, Miss Cavalier.
How's it going?
But we got to start like paying attention to taking care of each other instead of like fighting for the scraps, because you know what, them rich people ain't gonna look out for you. They're gonna hold that water.
And to be quite honest, if the earth does decide that there are way too many people, it's gonna do its own thing to try and, I hate to say that, but
you know what I mean?
And it might already be doing that with some of the storms and everything.
And not only that too, with the drying up of certain regions, people are like, and that's a whole new group of immigrants that's going to be running from from desert areas, from water rising.
And I still think there's ways to help with drought, because there's still so many places that get a ton of rain. If we can just collect the rain, we can take it to these places that need it.
Yeah. Well,
but,
actually, in
if
Africa,
the government, if people with the government can't figure out how to make billions off of it, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because look, okay, as far as using renewable energy and everything like that, look, my drive going west on vacation, there are a lot of empty areas. Now, granted, there are fences everywhere, so like I've said before, somebody owns everything.
And they're going to charge an arm and a leg.
But there are so many places out there where you can cover miles with windmills, with solar panels, with whatever. I mean, there's a place in Kansas that is literally nothing but 18 miles, because I checked the odometer on the drive on the way back, 18 miles of giant windmills on either side of Route 50. And these things are spinning all the time, because out there in the plains, the wind, it seems like the wind almost never stops. So, I mean, there's plenty of places to be able to get wind power. Obviously, there's plenty of places to get solar power. you know. And then, man, we can collect rain. I mean,
That's
man,
against the law, dude.
Let's stick barrels out in parking lots and collect rain.
That's against the law.
Man, the law sometimes needs a little.
But
But that's what I'm saying. If somebody hasn't figured out how they can make millions to billions off of it, they're not going to do it.
you know, it's coming down to the point where we're gonna, because I mean, if we so crazed now about not welcoming people, and it's not just here, it's happening in Italy, it's happening in Germany, it's happening even in Trinidad with the Venezuelans moving there. You know, and people aren't okay. People think that everybody's running to these first world countries. No, people are just running anywhere they can to survive. I mean, all the Venezuelans are going to Trinidad. Trinidad is just a little country just like mine. It's bigger than mine, but it's just a small country. They're running there. You know, we had Cubans, we had Syrians, we had Lebanese. We had all kinds of people come there running from situations elsewhere. East Indians, there's so many of them there. They're migrating out. We have a ton of them in the Caribbean. You know what I mean? And if we don't start like going, hey, you know, we got to survive in this together, then nobody's going to survive.
Well, think about this. I know this is Hollywood, but the movie The Day After Tomorrow, if we suddenly ended up in another ice age, where do you think Canadians and Americans are going to try and run to who don't want to be in ice all the time? Headed south. And I'm not talking about I'm going to go south to Texas or something like that. You know, no, they're going to keep going.
Yeah, and that brings another thing to like, okay, and this is what I hear every day, and I'm not for, against, pro, con, or anything. People are saying, the people who are running from the countries, you know what I mean? Why don't they stay there and make it better? Well, you know, when you sit there, I'm not, let me see how I could put this clearly here. Like, there are people who live in areas that are really bad, you know, drug infested, crime infested. You know what I mean?
And unfortunately, they die if they try to make it better.
Yeah. And the thing about it, too, is, you know, a lot of them don't even try to leave. They just stay there because family is there and friends are there and you know what I mean? And some of them who do leave, they don't go to places where it's better. They just go to another place just like where they are because they're trying to keep it real.
Yeah. A lot of people seem to be proud of the fact that they're from a bad area.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean? And these people ain't proud over there from a bad area. They're trying to get out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, so for a lot of people who talk to me and says start trash talking about immigrants committing crimes and blah 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 blah. Good Lord, I'm losing my train of thought a lot tonight. But you know, I'm the only immigrant, you know, and you ain't see me committing no crime. So you know what I mean? This is how I look at things. If I come here and I met you, I'm going to assume everybody's going to be like you because it's one culture. Good people. I'm not going to assume, well, I know him, so he's the only good white person I know, and all the rest is probably bad.
Well, you even talked about that at your little storytelling. You know, when you heard somebody say something, you thought that was an American thing, and then they were saying, no, that's just us. You know? It's like, wait a minute, you're all American. Aren't you all, you know?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he got smacked in the face when he said it to somebody else. But
I didn't know you all talk differently. Let's put it that way. But anyway, let's get back to some music. It's 10 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in, Amy, Rudiger, Mrs. Cavalier, Mom.
Sorry, folks. If you're listening on the radio, I just put the microphone into my shoulder.
Riffle.
Hi, Mom.
Mads. Who else? Did I forget anybody? I don't think I forget anybody. If I forget, slap me in the face again. You know, you immigrant, you should know better. Call us all our names. Call us all out of our names. I see, I could hip hop it too. You know, I got the slang down, you know. But yeah, man.
I did it again. It's so funny too when you try to say some of those things. Man. It really is. It really is.
But
I crack up sometimes when you try to go into that. So
But y'all be good. Who else is up there?
no, just Leanda and Mom.
So, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, not just, you know what I mean?
Well, when you see
Where are you?
people you've already mentioned, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So,
Just them, not new additions to what you already said.
so I remember the podcast now is coming out on Wednesdays. I'm gonna start dropping some extra stuff on there too. I've just been like, I tell you what, man, you can never get used to a certain schedule, like a sleep pattern going. You know what I mean? My body just doesn't know when to rest. So I'm always, you know, sitting on a couple of times while doing this. But we'll be back next Saturday.